Hi and welcome to Big Assembly Extra. Today I'm joined by Paul Balstead, the Managing Director for Longcliffe Quarrying. He's going to be discussing about his apprenticeship opportunities within the organisation. So Paul, how long have you been with the organisation so far?
So I've been with Longcliffe for 10 months so far, so quite new on the block, but an exciting opportunity to lead a really progressive business.
Brilliant. So are you, with the organisation, is there a big focal point when it comes to apprentices and taking apprentices on?
It's a critical pathway in terms of our succession planning. Quarrying and mineral processing, industrial mineral processing, is quite a traditional industry, and I don't think we, as an industry, have really advertised the career opportunities there are. So we've had huge success over the last 5 years with our apprenticeship scheme, and apprentices in quarry could be perceived as being, well, it's mineral processing, you're on a machine or something. But actually the plethora of opportunities there, from sales order processing apprenticeship, HGV apprenticeships, through to operations, electrical specialisms, mechanical specialisms. We are a high-skilled industry, despite perceptions to the contrary, and we really want to advocate that. But bringing apprentices in is a route in combination with traditional university and traditional, from school leavers as well. But we found the apprentices really buy into our way of working, so it's been hugely successful.
How do you go about recruiting, or how do you start discussing about Longcliffe? Do you go to schools? Do you go to colleges and talk about the pathways? How do you get the young people interested in the mining and quarrying industry? Because for me, I'd have the inkling of it might be a little bit difficult, but what is it that's the pull, or what is it that goes,
Yeah, I think, well, it's almost a two-phased engagement. So we go into schools, we go into colleges, we encourage people, we tell them about what we do, and sometimes that's not enough of a hook.
Yeah.
So we do find that after we've done presentations, a lot of people migrate to us and say, tell us a little bit more. What do you really do?
Yeah.
And is it all about blowing rock up? Is it about, all of the exciting stuff we do? But then when they get into the detail, it kind of ignites that flame.
Yeah.
So we do that in terms of going out into the community, but we're really proud. Within sort of 10 miles, 80% of our workforce live. So they are almost our ambassadors in the community, and we're really proud. We've got 3 generations of one family working for us, and they've come through the apprenticeship scheme. So I know there's a huge fear about when you go to university about debt, but actually from an apprenticeship, we put them on a very good salary to start with, but it's kind of doing the deal.
Yeah.
So we engage with them, and we're putting a lot of trust in you, but we want that back. And some of our apprentices, our longest serving apprentices, have been with us for 38 years.
Wow.
So we've got some pedigree.
Wow. So going back onto that apprentice, surely there were skills and strengths that they showcased, quite possibly. But with the current apprentices that you've taken on, what are the strengths that you look out for an applicant?
Well, I think it's really important to say academic qualifications are one thing, but it is not solely what we base it on. We don't actually, if I can use the word, vet people on their qualifications. It's actually what sort of impact are they going to make? Are they going to fit? Are they really passionate about? Do they want to be here? And I think from being in this industry for many years, that spark, that desire to be with you, and how they carry themselves, and the interest they have when we do tours and we bring them into, say, the workshops, or we bring them into the quarry. That's how we measure and bring them in. And if you've got the ability to adapt, ability to want to learn, those two, you tick those boxes, you will fly in the quarrying industry.
Yeah, brilliant. So we had Morgan on the Big Assembly and showcased his journey. So is it quite common for young apprentices to start on a qualification and progress within the organisation?
Absolutely. That's a pathway, that's a succession plan for us. We bring in, highly talented people with the right skills, the right application and the right, desire, and then we push them forward, and we will push them as far as they want to go.
Okay.
So that's that kind of the deal.
Yeah.
So we're very, very proud of people like Morgan, who've started on a level 2, moved to a level 3, and in his annual appraisal, we're looking at, well, what's next.
Okay. Yeah. If there was a young apprentice that was kind of struggling on their apprenticeship, what support do you provide as an employer, as well as the training element and the training provider? What support do they provide as well?
Yeah, well, we're not as regimented as saying, well, 4 days a week you're kind of on the shop floor, and then 1 day a week you're at college. I'm really proud of our management team in the time they take out of the day, whether it's after hours, and I know they do sneak that in as well, to actually then spend time. And we have had challenges with some of our apprentices where they've really struggled on some of, say, the non-vocational work.
Yeah.
And we've got that support network. And it's not just necessarily their direct line manager. They might come and speak to me in the corridor and say, oh, I'm looking at this on business strategy. Could I have half an hour with you?
Oh, okay.
And that's what we're I'm very proud. We're a family-owned business.
Yeah.
But we're also a family type of business.
Okay.
So we're very accessible, and apprentices, well, anyone in the workforce can come and ask for support.
Yeah. Have you ever had it where they start an apprenticeship, then they're redirected into another area within the organisation? Is that a quite common thing?
It is, and I think it's once you're through the door, you've started your qualification, and then you think, wow, that really interests me.
Yeah.
Whether it's in the technical side of our business or whether it's in the operations side. But we allow that migration because they've got a talent and they've got an aptitude, and we want them to stay in our business.
So you allow that progression because of the skill sets and the strengths that they bring to the organisation. It's a different perspective.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. So when your apprenticeship, so currently, how many apprentices do you have within the organisation in varying different departments?
So we've had 4 just qualify, but in the total business, there are 16 either have qualified or are in the progress.
Okay, brilliant. And your apprenticeship schemes, when are they open? When are they advertised to come out? Do you have a set day or?
Well, to be fair, because we want to be all-encompassing and try and encourage people, we have an open scheme.
Oh, okay.
We do recruit, over the summer period, and we will do the interactions with schools and colleges before that.
Yeah.
But literally, if someone feels that they've missed an opportunity on an apprenticeship scheme, we're open. Please, drop us a line, give us a call, and we'll certainly, for the right people, we will bring people on at any time.
So who would be the best person to contact if there was a certain, I want to go into this, I want to do this, where would be the best place to get in touch with you?
So longcliffe.co.uk, our website, has got the links there about how people can apply for roles. But Chris Wainwright, who's our operations director, leads the programme with a real passionate team behind him. And please drop us a line. Okay,
that's the best thing to do. And currently, with your apprenticeship scheme, is there ways that you do sort of work experience, something in the door, kind of, maybe this is a preliminary thing that you can possibly go into, just for young people to get an insight into your organisation?
Yeah, we are bound obviously by the quarry regulations.
Yeah, I get
so there's a limit, but we actively encourage it. And actually we took on, I think it was about 2 months ago, someone to come in for work experience, and he's just fallen in love with our industry, and you can see that the 4 weeks which he spent over the summer, he is already seeing a career path with us. So it's really, really encouraging, and we do that regularly.
The only reason I say that is when I go to schools and colleges, I have so many young people going, I want to be a HGV, I want to do something with big trucks, and like, well, there's an age restriction. So I always say, try and get your foot in the door, but sometimes it's a case of how can we do it, because different organisations are different. But again, you promote that, you highlight that possibly is to get in touch, and maybe there's a way to do work experience within the organisation.
Yeah, and when they come into the business, it might not be doing the vocation which they want, but they get to observe it, they get to see it, they get to smell it, and they get to touch it. And then that, I hope, helps them form their sort of future plan. Yeah,
and it also gives insight to the young person of how the industry is run, different skill sets the employer might pick up and be like, have you ever thought about this? And this could be a plan that we could set moving forward.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Paul, for joining us. I hope that's been really, really insightful for everyone listening and inspired you to possibly join the quarrying industry. Thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you very much.